Guys, this is a very heartbreaking story of how a couple and their three children were poisoned to death just some weeks after someone threatened to wipe out their entire family in a village meeting. So on Friday, the 29th of August 2025, in a community called Apanineke in Isuzu local government area of Enugu State, a man identified as Barnabas Ikechukwu Ikezie, his wife Angela Ikezie, and their four children, Marvelous, Divine, Gift and Victor, all had their dinner as a family before retiring to bed that night. However, when they woke up on Saturday morning, every member of the family who had eaten dinner the previous night began complaining of severe stomach cramps when it became clear that what the family of five was going through was not something that would be resolved by just watching and waiting. The neighbors and relatives decided to rush them to the hospital for emergency treatment. Unfortunately, there was no functional hospital in the community where the family resided, so they had to rush them to Fetland Clinic, a hospital in a neighboring community in Ikem, which is the headquarters of Isuzu local government area. Sadly, while on their way to Fetland Clinic, one of the children, identified as Divine, tragically passed away. Then, when they finally got to the hospital, the couple's only daughter, named Gift, also gave up the ghost. This left behind just the parents, the first son, Marvelous, and the last child, Victor. Now, this is where the story began to take a very fascinating turn. Mr. Barnabas's brother, identified as Pastor Ignatius Ikezie, who went for a conference in Abuja, returned that same Saturday to hear of the misfortune that had befallen his brother's family. Pastor Ignatius went to the hospital the next day, which was Sunday, to visit his brother and his family. When he arrived at the hospital, he was shown the corpse of the two deceased children at the mortuary, as well as his brother and his only surviving family. According to Pastor Ignatius, when he saw his brother Barnabas, he was recovering. The remaining two children were also recovering. The wife, even though she was on oxygen, was also recovering and could respond to greetings. The pastor said they all chatted together for a while, during which his brother told him that he was hungry. Pastor Ignatius then went out to get food for all of them, and when he returned, they all ate to their fill. Then in the evening, Pastor Ignatius decided to go somewhere. He left the recovering family under the watch of one of his sisters, and that was when something interesting happened. When Pastor Ignatius returned later that evening, his sister narrated a story to him about her encounter with the man who was alleged to have been responsible for their brother's family's foundation. According to the sister, when they were having their clan meeting, just a week before the incident, the suspect, whose identity has been kept hidden for now, openly vowed to deal with their brother, Barnabas. The suspect was said to have made the vow after a case was raised during the meeting, and Barnabas spoke the truth regarding that particular case. This encounter was said to have made the suspect see Barnabas as a threat, which he openly swore to eliminate.